Welcome to another Snyder Fans Read Comics. I'm your host, Taladia Plays, and welcome. And I'm joined by my co host, of course, Jared from Comics League.
What is
Welcome.
going on?
Not much, man. What can we say? Today is a very exciting episode because we got absolute Wonder Woman and absolute Superman. We've literally got two comics.
So which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the best one, I think, personally, which is absolute Wonder Woman.
All right, that's good.
Sorry, I just
All right,
thought.
screen is sharing. All right. So here's the way this one goes. As you remember last time, Wonder Woman had to cast a spell so that the main creatures like Tone wouldn't destroy people. So, by the way, fantastic cover by Hayden Sherman. I freaking love this
Yes.
art. Hey, what's up, Mac?
Hey, welcome, Mac. How are you doing today?
So we open up and we immediately meet the Wonder Woman character, Etta Candy. So
Ooh.
this is the first time in a year's worth of Wonder Woman comics that Etta has shown up. That's significant because she still has not been referenced or shown up at any point in the main Wonder Woman book at this point because Tom King doesn't want to write Wonder Woman. I had to do a Tom King dig. So what we discover is so Steve and Diana show up, and inside the little shop, Diana casts a spell so that they can speak and they wouldn't have to worry about what's called the death sound. So what Diana needs is hey, I need another witch because yes, that's what Ada is, a witch. She needs a witch, and in order for her to cast a spell that's going to essentially repower her. So as we continue on, what I like here when Diana's giving her the list of ingredients for the spell, you have this dotted line here, so we could see the path Etta takes behind the counter.
And it makes you feel like she's looked like the Flash, going
Yeah,
boom,
a
boom,
little bit.
boom.
A little bit, yeah. So we get the ingredient. Now the last ingredient they need is blood. So they all put an IV in her arms, and essentially, so Diana sprays blood on her face, and essentially just prays to Hecate and says, "Hey, lend me your power once again, so I can do great justice." And the lightning bolt comes down, and then we also get a nice little
Backstory.
backstory of Cersei, where Diana has just been dropped off, and then she asks Hecate, which is essentially the goddess that she worships, why is this child brought here? And then Hecate says, to teach her a lesson. By the way, one of the books that Kelly Thompson listed as a reference, as a recommended reading for Absolute Wonder Woman, even though it's not canon to Absolute Wonder Woman, it's still a book that you should read, was Wonder Woman Historia. That's the design for Hecate and Wonder Woman Historia. So it's kind of a cool little piece of trivia there.
Yeah.
And then we get the full story about how like we said in issue 1, that Hecate, that Diana was brought to Cersei as a way of softening her, if you will. So then we get back, and Diana has her arm back. Okay. So anyway, so she has her arm back, and essentially so Diana wipes the blood off, goes to go fight the demon, and she flies off to go save it. She summons her sword, casts a spell that first off summons the demon stuff, and makes the sword really freaking big. Look at that. is essentially the final fantasy sword at that point.
When I saw this, I was just like, I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes were like popping open. I just could not believe that.
Look at how big this thing is compared to her.
Like, I'm just like thinking, how did they manage to pull this one off?
So she dives down and chops the thing in half and kills it. By the way, I do kind of like how, like, when you look at it here with the blue, it kind of looks at the American flag. So that's kind of cool. So then we're watching. So then we go to the White House, and the president is talking to his national security advisor, Veronica Cale, aka Wonder Woman's Lex Luthor. So again, this book has already used more Wonder Woman characters than the mainline Wonder Woman book.
But the book has been so good.
Solid.
So far. It's a solid book. And I gotta say, this issue's story was brilliant to tell, right? And what obviously intrigues me is the whole magic thing.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what got me appealed to this issue this week.
And the next issue is going to be the last of this arc. This is still an ongoing series. It's not stopping or anything like that. It's just this end of the of this particular arc. So we'll see what happens with that, and then maybe we'll start getting some crossovers, like some Absolute Super Wonder.
Maybe.
But I gotta say, one of my favorite parts panels is the way this is colored. Her arm is glowing, but it looks like it's actually glowing. If that makes sense.
You know, yeah, I was just gonna say that it feels like it's glowing because she had the magical powers that made the sword grow. So
yeah, but
I gotta say, solid work, solid artwork, solid storytelling, and definitely, I would say, a must pick up. If you guys haven't picked this issue up, pick it up because it's obviously a great done by Kelly Thompson. And what's also intriguing is the backstory too, because that is crucial to this universe's Wonder Woman. Because I forgot her name now. The goddess of
𝐿�H𝐾𝐿.
Yeah, goddess of 𝐿𝐻𝐾𝐿, as Jared said, was in another book, but she's not been in the mainline continuity, has she?
She has. She was in the Justice League Dark book where it was Wonder Woman, Zatanna, Detective Chimp, and Man-Bat.
Oh, okay.
Still cool, but it wasn't designed like it was in this book. What's up, Tavia? But yeah, all in all, so I would say I'd give this issue a solid 9.5. Solid art, solid action-packed as hell.
I hate to break it to you, Jared. This is a 10. This is a 10.
Screw it. I'll give it a 10 as well. Solid art, solid writing, and
this is just a 10.
She uses a giant sword to cut a demon in half.
Like, this is a 10 for me because the storytelling is so good that I want more.
Yeah,
I just want more of this. So
that's it. This is why, by the way, I dropped the main Wonder Woman book from my pull list, because I have good Wonder Woman content. I don't need that anymore.
I just enjoy reading it.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good.
Tevia says, "How's your day going?"
Pretty
My
good.
day is going well. It's going normal. But yeah, I gotta say, this book has been amazing. Guys, let us know in the chat or in the comment section below, what do you rate this week's issue of Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman? It's issue 4. And also let us know what your likes, your dislikes. We want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below.
Shall we get super?
Yes, we should go super.
All right. So Absolute Superman, number 4.
Yes.
All right. By dope as hell cover by Rafa Sandoval. Like,
oh my god.
Wow.
That
wow. So We open up and Lois Lane is interrogating, interviewing people
Yeah.
that have had contact with Superman throughout his journey. This reminds me a lot of like Man of Steel when they show you the montage of Lois like retracing his steps, like the
Yes.
Coast Guard pilot. The she goes and sees Pete Ross. This is essentially what that kind of reminds me of.
I gotta say, like the panels for panels is very interesting of where which location they're going for different locations.
Yeah, I like that. And it's very Watchmen-y because Watchmen was known for like popularizing the 9-panel grid.
Yeah. So as you can see, so that they're going to different locations, and then what do you see?
Then you see a Peacemaker being beaten up, which I love because I freaking hate Peacemaker. Even if he's being beaten up by Lois Lane. And she interrogates more of the Peacemakers. And then she goes to this crash site in Orangutan, Pakistan. And she gets a call from her father, who's like, why are you here? Why don't you have a security detail? The regular overbearing father, kind of like he was in My Adventure with Superman, only well-written. We see that Sam Lane probably lost his legs in combat. Oh, yeah, he has the prosthetic legs, and that is actually really cool. I never noticed that, actually. And so apparently, so he can walk. Interesting. So she leaves, and then we see the Omega Man, which is another DC Comics reference. I'm not familiar with it though, so I'm not going to really weigh in on it.
Yeah.
Then we meet the absolute Peacemaker, as in the Peacemaker from the show, and he's just as stupid as he is in the show. Except at least this time he's more tolerable because he's not a knockoff Deadpool.
We don't know who Brainiac looks like. We still don't know. It's still a mystery.
I think it's an artificial intelligence thing, kind of like how he was in the animated show.
Okay, that'll be interesting to see.
Then we meet the absolute Jimmy Olsen, who is a freedom fighter, and I'm like, well, BVS. That's unique.
No, it reminds you of BVS. He was a freedom fighter.
Bit, except in that one he's a CIA guy, and it's Lois versus Jimmy. Honestly, you could have probably titled it like this, but there you go. But so the Peacemaker show. So Omega Prime shows up and starts shooting at Lois, and we all wish he were a better shot. And the Peacemakers roll out, and they get a little crazy. Then our boy shows up. Superman shows up with his ash cape, which I'm calling it that. And I swear, this issue makes absolute Superman look like a badass. Like, he just rolled. I half expected him to show up and go, not impressed. That's what I expected this. Because he just shows up and she goes, Superman, we can fight together. He's like, get out of my face.
Boing.
And the cape. Everything here just looks so cool. And then I love where he goes to Lois, stop looking for me. I have nothing to say to you. And the Lazarus dude shows up. He goes, everybody down, the name of Lazarus. He goes, I love where Peacemaker goes, it's Superman. Hey, Superman, you remember me? And then Clark just goes, no. And then just frost press them. He's like, no, I don't remember you. And then he just takes off. And again, it shows that like Superman is inspiring people to like to fight against depression, because that's what Superman is supposed to be. And obviously this Peacemaker is being interrogated because that he also led to the deaths of civilians. And then that's the end of that issue.
I gotta say,
solid absolute issues, dude.
Yeah, dude, I gotta say, this week's issue for Absolute Superman, mind blowing.
It's tough to pick which one's better. I think Wonder Woman wins by default with me because I'm more of a Wonder Woman fan.
I mean, for me,
it's tough though, because both were like solid.
Both were very good issues.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Absolute Superman was like Yes, there wasn't that much action packed for Superman action, but it was
What are you
still a
talking
good
about? It's not
story.
action packed. He killed peacemakers.
No, what I mean is like you didn't see go zoom, zoom, zoom. You didn't see that.
Yeah, he only uses for frost, to freeze a bunch of security guards, and uses dope ass cape to knock people away. Yeah, not that much.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by not.
I'm being sarcastic, but of course. But overall, yeah. But
Overall, though, if I had to compare the two, both compared to two, I think Absolute Wonder Woman ups Absolute Superman this
oh
week,
yeah,
guys.
way better.
It's way,
Absolute Wonder Woman is the better book, and honestly, Mac has a good comment
yeah,
there. Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman must have massive back pain since they're carrying the entire DC brand. That's true, Taladia, because consistently, while Absolute Superman has kind of fallen out of the top 10, Absolute Wonder Woman and Batman have consistently been in the top 10. And it's like it's like even in January, Absolute Batman is number 1, Absolute Wonder Woman is number 2.
and you know what's so interesting about that?
Mm-hmm.
It just shows that if DC use their initiative and do stuff with the Absolute Universe, they'll make a lot of money back.
Probably that, because here's the thing: part of the reason why that like we don't get that much Wonder Woman stuff is that, and Sam Liu says on my channel, he said one of the things is that the higher ups don't have like a high confidence in Wonder Woman. They don't think that like she'll bring a lot of attention as a character. And I'm like, guys, you're literally looking at an Elseworld that's supposed to be like this dark ash version of the character, and it's consistently. Here's the thing. What did I say at the beginning of this? I said it had to be consistently in the top 10. It's consistent. It has not dropped in the top 10 once.
So we got a very good question here from the chosen one, Tim. First time seeing Absolute Wonder Woman. What are the key differences? Huge fan of Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman. Very good question.
So, Absolute Wonder Woman, she was raised in hell instead of being raised on Themyscira. She doesn't have the island. The Amazons vanished in the past. In fact, it's implied that the Amazons were the first protectors of Earth, but they vanished because they did something to the gods. So, Diana is placed in hell to be raised by Cersei, and Diana ends up softening Cersei and making her more congenial, if you will. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but you know what I'm trying to say. And then Diana shows up and she's still trying to be a superhero. That's the cool part.
Yeah, so it's different to the mainline continuity, and as Jared said, and she's been raised by Cersei, not Hippolyta, which is a very good thing, by the way.
It's great. I love it.
So at least they're not at the odds. So there's that. Tevia is asking a question. What about the Absolute Superman numbers right now compared to the other top 10 books?
I'm pulling that up right now so I can check for you, Tavia. So Absolute Superman, at least as of January. Well, actually, it's not that bad. It was in number. Absolute Superman number 3 at least was actually number 10. So actually, I was incorrect on that. Some of the back issues were not in the top 10, but the most recent issue is in the top 10, and that's really good. If the issues on release are staying in the top 10, which all 3 titles are, that really shows that if you do something unique with the characters, to Taladia's point, if you take the initiative, if you do crazy stuff, and you can do that because this is a separate continuity, what that allows you to do is you can do stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do in the main continuity. And when you actually apply it and do unique ideas like this is, guess what? You get sales. This is how you ward off stagnation.
You get rewards.
Yeah.
In other words, you get rewards for it.
Yeah.
But I still believe this. I still believe that the Absolute Universe is on track. Is on track to still be top sellers for this year. I still believe that. I think Batman will be top dog right the way through the year. I truly believe that.
He still will. Consistently, that issue is doing great. So, and hey, no problem there because
no problem for us.
It's still the Absolute. It helps the Absolute brand.
Yeah. So obviously we know that I think was it next month or is it this month? When is it? Next is it next month, isn't it, for Absolute Flash?
I don't know. Hang on. Absolute Flash. If so, I may have to add that, or I'll just pick it up when I go to my store. Absolute Flash release date. It definitely March 4th, so it's actually next month.
Okay. So next month, guys, we'll be starting off on the Flash on Snyder Fans Read Comics. So that's some exciting times we have ahead of us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I gotta, Jared. So obviously in this next week it's Absolute Batman again, isn't it? So it's Absolute
Yep.
Batman and Absolute Superman, I'm guessing, or Absolute Wonder Woman.
I don't know. We'll probably have to check.
I'll have to check that. But whichever comic it will be, guys, there will be coverage for that next week. But I gotta say, Jared, covering this stuff has been amazing, and it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot of things from this universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, it gets me invested in the characters, and I want to know more about, you know, like Cersei's. I want to know about Alfred. Uh I want to know about Sam Lane's backstory. I want to see all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know more about that because like I said, I think them using initiative has actually helped the brand,
Mm-hmm.
and it's paid. Honestly, it's paid off.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it's definitely up there, and I still believe that this year will be top 10. Will have the absolute books throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Flash numbers will be because I know Flash is not Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman.
However, it still has that absolute like branding, and I think all the absolute books are going to do great because of the fact that the other absolute books have been doing very well being sold.
Tevi is asking if the Martian Manhunter book is a miniseries. No, it's
I
not.
don't know if it's a miniseries. According to Kelly Thompson, all the absolute books are ongoing.
Yeah, so they're all ongoing. Okay, so I'm still invested by it. I still want to check out all the absolutes.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that the not omnibus, what's it called, trade paperbacks comes out very soon. I want to pick up. I
Although
want to
I
pick up.
am excited, by the way, you brought up a good point. If they do an omnibus of like all the first arcs, like maybe a year or so later,
Yes,
because they
if
did that with the new 52. They have like an omnibus that collects all of the first like issues that came out in that day one.
really okay.
I have to pick that up.
Yeah, I have to pick up either the trade paperback of
Yeah.
Superman or the trade paperback. I really want to pick up Batman and Superman for sure. I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure if I can pick up Wonder Woman as well because my bookshelf. I'm installing my bookshelf, so I'm getting all my books prepared up, shelved up, and everything for ready for the next
Mhm.
line of books to come in. Um, but yeah, I just think I'm just so excited for what Scott Snyder and his vision for the Absolute Universe, what he's bringing to the forefront of things,
Mhm.
and it's also what I'm also invested in is how DC are basically making the making this universe worthwhile,
Mhm.
right,
Yeah,
for
100%.
fans. Like, guys in the chat, if you got any questions for me and Jared, feel free to put them in the chat. We would like to hear your comments about the Absolute Universe.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's ask us a few questions because we're getting to that Q&A segment now. So we want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your questions, burning questions, by the way, good questions. If you wanted some questions to ask about, like Tim asked about Absolute Wonder Woman, feel free to ask us any questions based on similar to that. We'll answer those types of questions to you, and it'll be amazing to do that. So I have a question for you, Jared.
Yeah.
Absolute Superman compared to the mainline Superman.
Oh, it's way better. Oh my gosh, it's way better because you don't. because it's weighing in more of like that new 52 Grant Morrison era. And Taladia, as someone that has also at least read the first arc, aren't you getting major Grant Morrison-y vibes from this? The
I
fact that he's
am.
like helping people from the shadows. Also, I'm getting straight up Zack Snyder's Man of Steel vibes from this. So
I'm. Ge-
it's like Aaron literally reached into me and looked at what do Jared and Taladia like in a Superman? I'll just you do that. And you're literally doing it. Plus, I love some people critiqued it for this. I loved how much time it spent on Krypton. How it
Yes.
showed how the suit is made, how the different Kryptonian society. Because I'm fascinated by that. Plus, Krypton is one of those things where they don't really delve into that much in the mainline comics.
Yeah. I. I am like. I agree with you. I just. I just think that what's the name? Aaron. I can't pronounce his surname.
Jason Aaron.
Sorry, Jason Aaron. Sorry, Jason Aaron. What he's doing on Superman is absolutely beautiful, and like the whole Krypton ashes and the Supermom having
That
the armor,
cape is so cool.
the Supermom thing. I mean, last week's issue, right, when we covered Superman's mom having the
Yeah.
armor, like we need to see that on Superman. Come on, DC, we need to see that on Superman at one point. So
Do you want
there's
to see
that.
some covers for Absolute Wonder Woman I picked up?
Yes, please.
So I have the regular one, but I also got a couple of that are the second print covers for Absolute Wonder Woman. So I got this one by Lyric, and this one by Marsh, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot. Marsh does a lot of great Wonder Woman content.
Okay. So we got a question from Tevia. Question: speaking about the Absolute Universe, I'm curious about something. What other Lanterns Corps characters do you think there will be in this universe?
I have to see more on that. I think for right now, there's only going to be Green because here's the thing, Tavia. You don't want to complicate this because remember, these other books are starting off. What do the Green Lanterns look like in this universe? You don't want to front load all of this other lore in there. Just make it simple. That's what Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman did. They kept it simple. They introduced the characters one at a time. So it's not like
I gotta say that what I'm also invested in, what I like about the Absolute Universe is it's not like dozens and dozens and dozens of books.
Mhm.
We're getting five different characters, and they're all different in their own unique way.
Mhm.
So you got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, then you got Flash and Green Lantern. Sorry, Flash, Green Lantern, and Martian Manhunter, right? Which is six.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. But I just feel at least they have a plan.
And I'm thinking there's going to be a seventh book, Absolute Justice League.
You think so?
If there is, I think that what they're doing is the books that we're getting now, including Flash and Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter, are the individual books for they're introducing the individual league members.
Right. Okay.
Because this is how you do it. You get the people familiar with each character, then you bring them together.
You know what would be interesting and really funny if they did Darkseid as the first villain.
Well, Darkseid's death led to the creation of the universe, so
So imagine them doing a Darkseid of Justice League War style.
it's called Absolute Darkseid War.
Yeah. That would be funny if they did that, right?
That would be great. They're basically copying New 52 again.
Like, I know a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but hey, it's different. It's not gonna be like the mainline continuity.
Yeah, I like it.
And I would like to see Wonder Woman give Batman a horse ride on the horse.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool to do
Yeah, that'll be good.
because Superman can fly, but Batman doesn't have a bat plane,
Mm-hmm.
so he can ride with Wonder Woman on the horse
Or Superman is like carrying him as they fly. Can you imagine absolute Superman carrying around jacked Batman?
and going throws him up in the air and he does the bat.
He spins him like a basketball.
So it'd be pretty cool for that. Tevia says, "Yep, if this league fights Darkseid similar to New 52, Earth 2 would be crazy."
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Earth 2?
No, and that's what they do in the Earth 2 comics.
Oh, okay. I still believe that this comic and this universe is getting new readers to come on board,
Oh yeah, 110%. It's doing that.
which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting new readers to come on board for this book, then you've done your job. That's
Mm-hmm.
the best way to put it. Mac is saying absolute Superman does that fastball special with absolute Batman.
That's the move that the X-Men do, where Colossus picks up Wolverine and just throws him.
So basically, he's doing what they do in Marvel Rivals, where Hulk throws.
It's that.
Yeah, that would be funny. Can you imagine a World's Finest book though?
Absolute Finest. I don't. Again, don't overcomplicate it. I honestly
No.
think
As an imagination though.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Because I know it's not going to happen, but just as an imagination, like who would you want to write it though? That's what I wanted to ask.
I don't. Let me see here, because that's a good question. Who would write absolute? Honestly, it depends, because DC doesn't exactly have like a ton of good writers at their disposal, so that's a problem there. If DC can rebuild like some rep and get some solid writers, but if I have to pick, I don't want Mark Waid because he's writing the main World's Finest. I would have to say give it to like not Tom King. You know what? Honestly, I don't know. That's a good I think I have to think about that a little more.
Okay. Well, I'll let you think about that a little bit more, because that's a
Good question.
That's a question and a half. Now, Jared, I gotta ask you. I know you're very upset by this news. Tom Taylor returning to DC.
He has good books. He has good books that he does, which is Elseworlds. By the way, I love how Grant Morrison went, Lois Lane dying would not turn Superman into a dictator. And I'm like, thank you, Grant. Thank you.
I saw that in the group chat. I was just like thinking,
yeah, I was like, thank you, Grant Morrison. That's the problem with Injustice, with the story. It's a really crappily made sweater with threads going everywhere. You pull one, the entire thing unravels.
So obviously, I'm just like thinking, I want to hear Jared's comments on Tom Taylor returning.
If he stays on Elseworlds books, fine. All right, that's great. If he brings the sales, okay, fine. I may not enjoy everything he does, but if it's overall good for the DC brand, yeah, I can go with that.
Okay, this is a very good question. Would you take Tom Taylor on the Wonder Woman book?
Nope. No. Remember, he's the one that wrote Injustice Wonder Woman. I do not trust him to write Wonder Woman well.
Okay, because something, I got a funny feeling, Jared. You might not like what I'm going to say next, but it's an inkling feeling that what he's hinting at on Twitter makes me think that he might be working on Wonder Woman next.
No, he's not. They haven't given any indicator that King is leaving. They can't do that yet.
Right, okay. Trevia says Tom Taylor is currently on Detective Comics run, which is
It's okay.
interesting.
It's
Okay,
better than the last run because the last run I couldn't understand what was going on. At least with this one, I get what the story is.
right, yeah, it's all up there. It's I just still can't believe Absolute Universe is outselling mainline continuity, which is shocking.
It's so good. It's so good.
Shocking in terms of like for the mainline continuity side of it, it's like I need to start pulling their stocks up, start doing their homework because for me personally, I between the two, I would like to see both universe succeed.
Yep, they should.
They should be succeeding, not you know utterly outside the top 10. Um, Question from Mac: have you seen the promotion that James Gunn did on Sunday? Imagine waiting 2 hours at the top.
So let me get this straight. Your sneak peek was just an animation of crypto flying on a little tag there on the bottom right of the TV screen, and then Guy Gardner making stupid faces. Someone brought up something very interesting. You notice how the marketing for Superman is focusing not on Superman?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting there.
I also have a funny feeling WB pulled it at the last minute. They just did it for the views.
Or maybe Gunn was just stupid. That's possible.
I mean, it's the. I mean, at least the one good thing they did with the Puppy Bowl was raise awareness, which was.
Oh yeah, they always do that.
So that I'm glad they did something like that where they raised awareness.
Mm-hmm.
But I I waited all night for a Superman teaser of
You
some
had to
sort.
watch American football now,
Yeah, I had to watch the American football for the sake of
which is the good football. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
this guy. This guy.
I'm only kidding. It's the only football I care about. No offense.
So yeah, I had to stay up all night for the Super Bowl just to see if there was going to be any trailers for DC content. There wasn't any.
There was content about Superman. It's just not what we wanted.
Not what we wanted, yeah. But we did get some other stuff, which I'm
Like
interested
a Thunderbolts trailer where they showed Sentry.
in the shadow.
You know, it was him in the black suit. You know what that shadow is? That's like enveloping New York. So what that is, that's called the Void. The way it works with the Sentry is he's actually a double personality. Whenever he does great good, you know the scientific like principle that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is that whenever the Sentry does great good, his other personality will eventually take over and do great evil.
Oh, that should be something that we should do on comics. What's it called? Under Two Capes. So we talk about Sentry.
Yeah, we'll do that because a great example. It's a storyline I haven't covered for many years, so I'm down to revisit with people. It's called Marvel: The Siege. So remember Iron Patriot from Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
When that was creating the comics, that was Norman Osborn.
Yeah. I
Yes,
don't
so
know when
he takes over Shield. Iron Man is like fired. Captain America's on the run because of Civil War. So he says, okay, so we need an Iron Man and we need a Captain America. I'll just combine them into two. And then he creates the Dark Avengers, which are essentially all the Avengers as supervillains, but dressed up as Avengers.
Whoa.
Like Venom / Mac Gargan is Black Suit Spider-Man. Bullseye is Hawkeye. Moonstone is Ms. Marvel. Ares is Thor.
Whoa.
It's really badass. It is one of my favorite Marvel stories of all time.
Yeah. Tevia saying, yeah, that seems odd because the marketing should be about Superman, not just crypto. Which, don't get me wrong, I love crypto, but we need more Superman. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Max is saying, Gunn, even Gunn's dog wanted to get away from James Gunn. Poor little guy.
That's funny. That was
He looked terrified. Uh, Tevye says, yeah, the Sentry is basically Superman with a split personality, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. In fact, what they did is that he was so dangerous that he was retconned into existence in a series called Sentry. But what you discover is that Reed and all the smart people on Earth wiped everyone's memory of the Sentry even existing. That's how dangerous this dude is.
I just had a thought, Jared.
What if they do that in the movie?
Yeah, what if they do that eventually?
And it's revealed he existed this entire time? That would be dope as hell, bro. That's why I'm kind of hyped for Thunderbolts. Plus, it's basically Suicide Squad, but Marvel.
I gotta give props to where props due for Marvel for doing something like this. Bringing a Superman character, so to say, into the into the uh into the MCU, and they're taking initiative with him.
Yeah, I like it. Plus, I'm also pretty excited for Captain America. I'm seeing that on Thursday on my birthday.
All I gotta say, be careful of reviews. That's all I gotta say about that.
I've seen a few of them. It's just Rotten Tomatoes being idiots.
Hey, what's up, Darren? Hey, Darren, my dude. What's up, my friend? How you doing, guys? If you haven't subscribed to Darren, please go check out Darren. Darren, I can't pronounce his surname, but check out Darren on his YouTube page. He's a great dude, good friend of mine. And Darren says happy birthday to you, Jared.
Oh, thank you, dude.
So please would recommend checking him out.
It's tomorrow, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is tomorrow, but you get an early birthday present. So
I'll take it.
But so I think this is a good way to wrap up things, guys. I think we've talked a good 42 minutes talking, have a conversation with you guys talking about comics. There's a lot myself and Jared are gonna have a discussion about for next week. But Jared, where can they find you and what you got coming up besides that birthday stream, as we all know?
So you can find me at Comics League, and so I just uploaded Wonder Woman Wednesday, which essentially is discussing why DC needs to stop forcing like a love interest on a Diana and focus on giving her good stories first. So we have that. Under Two Capes, which is going to be tomorrow at, I believe I said noon. And we're going to be doing two things. Talking about the Ed Brubaker run for Captain America. And then we're also going to, I'll do a birthday question and answer session. Movie night is going to be DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse. So we're going to be doing that. And Britt and I are going to do a so you know how with Super Wonder Legacy, Britt and I did all those couples comparisons to Super Wonder. We're going to do how would this couple spend a Valentine's Day date? Like how would Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris? How would the Hawks? How would Hyperion and Power Princess? How would Aquaman and Mira? How would Batcat? All of them.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then the week after that, to hype you guys up, we're going to be talking specifically how Superman and Wonder Woman were portrayed in the DCEU.
Okay, very, very interesting. Very, very exciting. As for me, guys, so I've just recently uploaded the Into the Multiverse of DC Comics podcast, episode 3. That is uploaded this afternoon. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please do go check that out. In terms of gaming, there will be a gaming live stream on Friday for Marvel Rivals. I tried to do it earlier today. I couldn't get it done. I had so many things going on. But I'm definitely going to be doing it on Friday, and we'll be doing Punisher and quick play gameplay. Oh, also, guys, just to give you a heads up, next week, is it next week? I think it's next week. Yeah, next week we'll be doing another Marvel Rivals content on Friday, next Friday for Johnny Storm and The Thing. So we'll be doing that. But next week will be the final Snyder Fans Read Comics week until that is the last week. We're taking a month break, and then we'll come back after Ramadan. But yeah, so hope you have enjoyed today's stream. Make sure you like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, there's a link tree in the description. And as you can see scrolling past, X is at 𝐭𝐓𝐇 Plays _ on Twitch at 𝐭𝐓𝐇 Plays. So yeah. So if you want to like I said, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And just before we go, Jared Max is asking, didn't you cover the DCEU on Super Wonder Legacy 2 times already?
Mm, I covered how Zack Snyder's, but I didn't cover each movie individually. So we're going to be going through Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay.
The last time we did like all of them, we did the entire DCU. And this one, we're getting much more focused just to Batman, Superman. I mean, just to Superman and Wonder Woman movies.
Awesome. Phil, welcome, my dude. And I know you spelled my name wrong. Don't worry, I got you, man. Guys, if you haven't followed, subscribe to Phil. Make sure you guys do go check out Unfiltered. He does streams on Fridays as well. Very cool dude. So on that note, guys, like, comment, and everyone's popping in as soon as I finish up. Yo, what's up, Draven? How you doing, my dude? I'll be the but yeah, so guys, I gotta say thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my stream today. I'm super appreciative. If you missed what I discussed about Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, issue number 4, feel free to rewind, rewatch the stream, have that conversation, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Leave that conversation in the comment section below, because I want to hear your thoughts on that. Phil says it's okay. I came here for you, buddy. I appreciate you, Phil. Thank you. So as I said before, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And then until the next amazing Snyder Fans Read Comics issue, we will see you next time. So stay safe out there. Have a wonderful day, wonderful morning, wonderful evening. Stay safe. Peace out, everyone.